everyone, thanks so much for stopping by my channel. I appreciate it. Tonight I'm going to show you another version of a floral design painted on this glass bottle. I am going to be using two number 12 flat brushes. Once again, they're the plaid one-stroke brushes. A number 6 flat brush, and then two dotting tools that I use. One is a dotting stylus and the other one is actually a clay ball maker. And the paints I will be using tonight are berry wine, light lavender, perfect purple, cardinal red, baby pink, wicker white, and burnt umber. Now all of these paints are folk art paints, a combination of enamels and multi-surface. I am trying to switch over to all multi-surface, but for the time being there's going to be a little bit of a mixture. Alright, so the main thing to do when you're painting is to make sure you've cleaned off your bottle, and I of course just put my hands on here, but make sure you clean it off. When you are finished using soap and water, you can go over it with some rubbing alcohol just to make sure that you get any other debris that's left behind, or any kind of oils from your fingers and that type of thing, that it's been removed. We're going to go ahead and get started. I am going to be kind of mixing around here, and I don't know if you saw my last video or not, but trying out some new ways. It's still one stroke kind of painting, and I am just tipping my brush into one side into the baby pink and one side into the lavender, and then doing some stroking. Now I will be tipping one side into the perfect purple, and then I will be adding some of the berry wine. It just depends, and I'm just going to be doing it as I go. Alright, just so that you know. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. And when I do my designs, I pretty much, because I do a sample paper before I paint, and so I will actually probably be putting some white in this too, because I want it to be more opaque, and the white helps me with that. But I'm going to be, creating this design, but it won't be exactly like what I put on my paper. And it's becoming a little challenging right at the moment. It's just not going on as nicely as I want it to. Alright, so we'll just keep going. I'm going to be turning this, overlapping a little bit as I go. Again, I will be probably throwing in some white here just to get some of the opaqueness that I'm looking for. And I'm just moving the brush quickly as I'm going. Just pushing it down and moving it pretty fast. And I'm going to keep turning it. Now what I was mentioning before is that I kind of found it kind of neat to explore a little bit with this and turn your brush so that you have different colors. See where this one has the lighter, and then I'm going with a combination kind of the berry wine and the perfect purple and the lavender. It's just a mixture. I think that gives it just a neat look. And I'm going to add some of the berry wine to the outer part. Turn it. And then at last I can come back up here with the mixture, and it's going to be the lighter part. Pull it in like that, or I can come back around. I want to wiggle it again and pull it in like that. Might throw a little bit more lavender in it, and you can go over this so that you're getting, my problem is I want to get the desired coverage. And I just lifted up on that. Alright, so I have that. I'm going to repeat this. Try to put three flowers in here if I can. Basically doing the same thing, just wiggling it. And I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of just the perfect purple on the outside. Maybe throw in a little bit of the berry wine. And just keep turning it. I think it makes it look pretty. I mean, I don't know. What are your thoughts? Do you like throwing in some different colors and having them going into different directions so that you're not all light color? That one's got a little bit of kind of a different look to it as well. And then this one has a little bit more white into it, and then you just lift it up. Now typically when I'm designing something, I like to do, of course you all know I like to do 3s and 3s. Obviously I can do in other number amounts, but that's what I enjoy sight-wise. Now I can line this up this way or put one down here, which I'm probably going to go ahead and put another one down here. And this one I started with the burgundy wine. I'm just starting to kind of play with this a little bit. So if I come up with an actual, let's say, percentage or a way to do this that's like, okay, you need to do 3 petals in the lighter colors or whatnot, I'll share that with you, but I'm just kind of starting to play with it a little bit, so I don't really have I'm going to go all the way around this way like this, or what direction I guess. So I'm just kind of playing with it and seeing what I get. But I think it just gives the flower a little bit more interest when you're doing different colors, because you can do even a light on one side and then dark coming down. I mean, it's a variety of things that you can do with this. The next thing I'm going to do is take my smaller number 6 flat brush. I'm going to stick it into the burnt umber, not doing any special loading, just covering it with paint. And then I'm going to use this to do like a little branch design. You know, again, and this is something I like to point out, is the thicker you make it, the more opaque, the thicker you make your design, the more durable it's going to be and last longer. Now, because I want to do that, I'm going to tip this a little bit into the Wicker White and kind of fill it in a little bit. And you can see it a little bit better too. It's just like doing a little branch. And you can do this in the browns, or if you want to do it in black, that would be great too. This is, you're going to find, is a little bit of a different design color-wise. You might even look at it and think, where'd that come from? I mean, I'm hoping you like it. You don't feel like it's too odd. But you could. Good. Definitely. I could see that. Again, it's just a mirror, just going over it until you get it to look the way you want. If you're a glass painter, you know that painting on glass is so much different than painting on paper or canvas, and you just got to keep practicing with it. As I've mentioned in some of my other videos, the wax paper is such a good option just to get you the feel of it. It definitely, and it's cheap to use. It makes it nice too. Alright, so then I'm going to go and do another set of branches just down here. And you can double load your brush if you want. I'm just kind of adding the different paints as I go on top of it. So, I hope that makes sense. But it makes it show up a little bit better as well. And I do apologize for my voice. I actually have been sick this week with the cold, flu, whatever it is that's going around. Our family can't seem to shake it. Excuse me. So if I'm a little hard to understand, I apologize. I just didn't want to miss out too much on making videos because I do enjoy them. Alright, and then I'm going to do one more set. I'm just going to come out here, and with these you just can be a little whimsical. You don't have to go in any certain direction or be wavy or not wavy, or little branches, big branches. They're pretty easy going. Pretty easy going. Again, this is a very simple design. It's intended to be simple. It's not meant to be difficult. I mean, if you're a new painter, maybe you'll have some difficulties with it, but my thing is just keep trying. Don't give up. Even if you get frustrated, because even people that paint all the time can feel that way. So, and I don't want you to feel that way. Alright, so what I'm going to do next is put some dots on these like berries. I am going to be using the smaller end of this clay ball design. I'm going to dip it into my Cardinal Red, and then I'm just going to come over wet on wet and just start pouncing a lot. And I'm sorry if you don't like the pouncing sound. I know that can be kind of annoying at times. But I am, whether it's putting it on the actual branch directly or beside it, I am just going to fill this up with these, with just using different size dots. Now these dots that I'm making are the different sizes that I'm getting with them. It's because of the amount of pressure or not that I'm putting on here or not putting on it. You can you can determine your dot size a lot of times not only by the tool you're using, but by the pressure you're putting on it. Like I said, you're probably looking at this thinking, what the heck? The colors that I'm using. I think it's funny. And these glass bottles, they're just, I love painting on the bottles. And then doing the lighted bottles, kind of behind on getting some of mine made into lights. Because I do have some that are painted. I just want to bake them and coat them. And then get the lights. The little light systems that they have now are so easy. You don't even have to cut the bottles anymore. Not unless you, whoops, I just took that in light. That's not what I wanted. You could do white with it though if you wanted to accent like that. That's not really what I wanted to do. If you wanted to accent your dots a little bit, if that bothers you, you can wipe it off, or you can paint over it here in a little bit. Let's see, so far it's kind of cute. I hope you like it. And then the next step will be putting in some leaves. Now this will probably throw you as well, because it's not my greens, it's lavender and the Cardinal Red, or the light lavender and Cardinal Red. I am double loading somewhat, and then I will begin. And I'm just going to probably throw some white into these. When you're doing it on the glass, though, a lot of times it's harder to get the coverage that you want. But I'm just going to do this kind of a leaf, pull it in, and like I said, with doing it on this bottle like this, I maybe don't have as much room as I did on my paper. I kind of went over that, so that's alright. I'll just take this and pull it in here, pull it in there, and pull it in there, just like that. And you can see that dot underneath there, it's not a biggie. And I do, if you're new to my channel, I do reuse my bottles for videos, so I'll paint a design and then I will wash it off. So if you wonder why you keep seeing the same pieces, or if you see any excess paint left over that maybe didn't come off when I was washing it, that's the reason. I'm not selling these. I am just merely using them for the purpose of creating videos. And this is a very simple design, as you're seeing there. Then I'm not going to do too much more here. The last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the bigger side of this clay ball maker and use it for the centers. And I wanted it to be relatively big because I want them to stand out a little bit. See, you can see those, right? I hope. Alright, then I'm going to take my stylus, and on one side I'm going to do, oh, it's got too much paint on it, I'm going to do some dotting around the center. Keep wanting to rest my arm on this. I'm used to resting my arm as I paint. Now you can put these closer together if you want. I'm going to do a few colors around it. I mean, if you wanted to, you could actually use a contrasting color. I'm just going to stick with colors that I was already using in the design. And then I'm going to probably wipe it off a little bit, put it into some of the light lavender, and then just go around tapping it in. Now you can go like just like clockwork and go around it like that, or you can kind of do them just so that they're not, I don't want to say rigid, but they're not just like set here and every so often, and they're just like they're losing my vocabulary here. What am I trying to say? I just want them to be kind of random. You know, right now they're kind of lined up. But then when I get to the white, which I'll be using, I'm going to use the other side, which is a little bit bigger. But I'm actually going to be going put a little dot there. And see too, with this you can do small, large dots, it doesn't matter. But this is going to be more random. And see, this makes it show up a little bit. Again, if you want to use a different color scheme with the center so it actually really stands out, feel free to do so. And too, when you're doing this painting, if it's not something you're selling and you just want to learn how to do it, get the feel for it, you know, like I've said before, either use wax paper or use something you can wipe off, you know, so that you can just keep practicing until you feel more comfortable with it. That's great. You know, the practicing, you just can't be afraid to do it. And I just, you know, like I said in some of my videos, people tell me, oh, I can't do it. And I know I feel the same way about certain things. I want you to do it because you can do it. If you can pick up a paintbrush and you know, have the ability to do that, you can practice and you can do it. You just gotta keep practicing it. Anyways, I'm going to stop for now. I think it's like I said, it's a unique design as far as the color schemes go, but that's not bad. It's a good thing. And I hope you like it. If you do, make sure you give me a big thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe so you get notified by hitting that notification bell. Get notified whenever I post something new. And if you would, once the video is done playing, hit that share button that's underneath the video and share this on your social network with all your family and friends. I'd appreciate it. Alright, if you have any questions or comments, please kindly put those down below the video. And until the next time, thanks so much for stopping by. I do appreciate you. You have a good one.
Like a bird on a tree, I'm just sitting here. I got time, it's clear to see. From up here, the world seems small. We can sit together. It's so beautiful, you and me. We meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free. Take a step back to see the truth around you. From a distance you can tell